Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors side, just reacting to the Toronto Raptors 128-126 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And this game, while a lot of Raptors fans are disappointed in the loss, disappointed in the results, and I was frustrated watching the last few minutes especially of this game, you know what? This is the perfect... I'm done. I'm done feeling bad about losses. Yes, I'm still rooting for this team to win. Yes, when I'm watching the games, I want the Toronto Raptors to come back. It's not at the point in the season where I'm actively rooting against my favorite team, the Toronto Raptors. But I'm done feeling sorry. I'm done feeling depressed when we lose these games against the Minnesota Timberwolves without Rudy Gobert, the man worth 6 first-round draft picks, without Karl Anthony Towns, the three-point shooting big man. The Toronto Raptors found a way, being up 18 points at one point in tonight's outing, found a way to somehow lose this game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you know what? I'm done feeling sad. I'm not actively rooting for the tank just yet. I've said I'm making my opinion, fully felt following this year's trade deadline, because I think the Raptors are capable of turning it around. And Kenneth Lau's asking for a tank animation. I didn't do a new one up yet. Once I'm fully committed to the tank, I'll do a new tank animation up. But I brought back the old one. I brought back the Tampa tanking Raptors. It has returned. I don't know how loud it is, so I apologize if it's a bit too loud. But the Kazoos are back, folks. The Kazoos are back because the Toronto Raptors are, had a perfect, an optimal tanking performance. And I'd say a lot of people are probably celebrating the performance tonight for the Toronto Raptors, getting the balloons going because... for the people that are, embracing the tank, for the people that are looking for the Raptors to lose these games, these are exactly the performances you want to see. No, we don't want to see this team look like the Philadelphia 76ers of 2016 or whenever they were in the down years, the Charlotte Bobcats when they were at the bottom of the league. We don't want to be getting blown out night in, night out. We want to still instill a winning culture. We want to still prove to other teams, especially before this year's trade deadline, that our players have value so they can be traded for a multitude of assets coming back for this team. And we want the games to be exciting. We want Raptors fans to say, hey, let's have fun watching these games. YouTubers that are doing post-game reactions, right? We want them to feel all good, feeling great. So, the Raptors... They delivered in all aspects, and they have strong performances from our young guys, strong performances from the guys that we need to up their trade value for coming this trade deadline, whether or not they're going to be traded or not, right? It's just how it is. And we even got Joe Wieskamp some minutes tonight. So let's dive into the action. Let's start off with giving out the Scottie Barnes Award in tonight's outing. And tonight, the award is going to objectively the best basketball player on the court, at least in this game, maybe not in general full talent wise, but Scottie Barnes had himself a night tonight. He had himself a night. 29 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 11 of 15 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line. And while down at the very stretch at the end of the game, the Raptors kind of went away from him. They didn't want to win this game, so they didn't give the ball to Scottie Barnes in the final possessions. When he was making those plays, when the ball was in his hands at the very end of this game, he was making impeccable decisions, right? That little pump fake, and I'm throwing out all the animations to start, but the spicy Pele, that little pump fake he had in the middle of the lane, in the mid-high post, got around Nas Reed and dunked that basketball down. That's just the pinnacle of what we could potentially expect from Scottie Barnes as he continues to develop his game. Definitely was a spicy Pele for me tonight, but also threw down some nasty dunks. He was attacking the ring with force, and he was making some gorgeous, gorgeous passes, which we always see when Scottie Barnes is playing motivated, when playing engaged, not looking like the reincarnation of Ben Simmons. When he's actively attacking the rim, his basketball IQ is so good that when the extra defender comes and helps, he's going to make great passes. And you know what? He made some good dimes even at the end of this game. He had OG Anunoby open for a couple shots, and OG just kind of sold those ones. OG's been a little bit cold in recent outings, right? He did have 15 points tonight, but 3 of 7 from the 3-point line. Better than this last game, but still missing them when it truly, truly counted down the stretch. But he was solid. And honestly, with the exception of Pascal, our entire starting unit and Precious Achiuwa was pretty good in tonight's game. I mean, Fred VanVleet had 25 points, 7 of 13 shooting, 10 assists, 2 steals. Again, didn't do too much as at the end of the game, in the fourth quarter and stuff. But I know some people are calling Fred VanVleet my lover in the comment section, and I feel weird because I've never notoriously been like a diehard Fred guy. Like, my friends always kind of roasted me because I was bigger fans of like Lowry, OG, Norman Powell than Fred, Siakam, and stuff. But the chat has been calling me his lover, and like, he's been good, man. Especially the last 3 games, he has been good recently. And whether or not you want to trade him, whether or not you want to, whatever you feel like the Toronto Raptors direction they should go with Fred VanVleet, you can't continue to just scapegoat him for the loss, because it's not the main reason the Toronto Raptors have lost these games right now. So that's the deal with Fred VanVleet. He's been pretty good in these games, and Gary Trent Jr., the star boy, has actually been pretty solid as well, right? He could have got a couple more buckets, right, if the star boy Gary Trent Jr. get his logo out there on the court before we look at the stats. But he had 18 points, 2 rebounds, a couple nice steals. I thought he played solid defense. Sold a few 3-point shots, but again, gave us some decent buckets, gave us what we expect from a Gary Trent Jr. outing. And that's the starters. And just to drum up all the propaganda, I'm going wild with the old animations here today. But Precious Achiuwa, he was a little bit cold there for a stretch following his return to action, right? Following his sustained injury. He was out for a couple months there, and then doing his thing. People don't like me back in Fred. But Precious Achiuwa was great tonight as well, right? 11 points, 5 of 8 shooting. Had a really hot start to the game, and then felt like he kind of just didn't get that opportunity, didn't get a lot of touches as the game went along, but doing his stuff. And Predator Kingdom saying, wow, look at those DMPs and minutes. And yeah, especially in a loss, man, we just refuse to give guys their run, give their guys opportunity. And one dude that the Toronto Raptors looked a heck of a lot better with on the court tonight, Joe Wieskamp. We joked. I talked about him in the video today I made, the news video we had. Joe Wieskamp was re-signed. He was brought back on another 10-day contract, and he didn't even get to play in his first 10-day contract. He got 1 game with the Raptors 905 where he hit a few threes, but tonight we see the value of having 3-point shooters on this team. They space the floor, right? Even if they're not touching the basketball. And honestly, for the first 4.5 minutes, Joe Wieskamp was out there on the court. It looked like he was doing cardio out there because his teammates didn't really pass him the ball. He wasn't really getting many touches, but that's because of the defenders. They have to stay glued to him. When they started sagging off and he got some open looks, he was knocking them down. He was knocking down the 3. Easy, threezy, wheezy. Tom M is saying, wheezy. Chris Schrofer is saying, I have to get a little wheezy animation, get the stuff going. But, Joe Wieskamp. Yeah, proof Nick Nurse watches the videos. I was calling for Nick Nurse to play Joe Wieskamp. And he did it, obviously, because of the Raptors Digest video that I put out like a couple minutes. How long before the game? I don't even know. But, Joe Wieskamp really impressed me tonight. Really impressed me. I thought from the eye test didn't look too horrible on the defensive end either. Did his thing, didn't force too much, didn't pull the Matt Thomas-esque, afraid to shoot it, and then he doesn't take an open look, so he decides to hoist up a contested one another possession. I thought Wieskamp just played a solid game, what you'd expect for a 3-point shooter. So if he continue to do that, would be a cool guy to sort of keep around. Because apparently he got a 42-inch vertical as well, so you'd love to see it. But Jennifer and Jennifer, coming with the super chat or the super sticker, just saying cool. He's saying cool because Jenfro, he's cool with the Toronto Raptors losing. He's cool with Threezy Wheezy out here doing his thing. The Wieskamp, the Wies Maestro doing his thing. Monoki is saying the Beard is coming in pretty nice. Appreciate it. I still got a little line underneath here that potentially will fill out, but we'll see. But the tanks are rolling in as well. The tanks are rolling in for the Toronto Raptors. A lot better than my beard is. That's right. We got the tanking animation. It's back for the Toronto Raptors fans. The Raptors side, just listeners that haven't seen it already. The Kazoos are back. The L's are piling up. And how are we feeling about this game? Because this one is what we'd expect from the Toronto Raptors. An optimal tanking performance. The ethical tanking is what we like to see. The basketball gods are clearly telling us to tank. The laser bot is saying, and that's fair. But let's. I just gave out those kazoos. I'll keep kazoos playing. I won't get that noise effect going too much. But Paul Pierce Golden Kazoo Award of the evening is once again going to Nick Nurse. What are we doing with these minutes, man? What's really happening out here? Do we really have to play Pascal Siakam 41 minutes on a night where he's struggling, in a losing effort against the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Do we really have to do that there? Do we really have to be, does Juancho Hernan-Gomez, the cruise missile, the guy that, shot out of the cannon by Adam Sandler, right? Does Bo Cruz really be having to getting all these minutes because he has not been looking good? I mean, he was on the fast break. Literally, what do you do? What's the basic principles when you're on a fast break? Or just basketball in general. You go to the rim till someone stops you. No one stops you, dunk it. Especially when you're 6'9", like Juancho. No, he says, I'm going to throw it, pass it up, ball gets tipped out of bounds. He's not even playing that great at defense at this point. It's the Cruise Missile 1-800-Lunatic is saying it's not the best look. Not the best look for Juancho out there on the court. Thaddeus Young at 7 minutes of action. I thought he looked pretty solid, right? We gave Thaddeus Young an $8 million contract per season this offseason, and we're giving him DNPs, which doesn't make sense. And then we have a guy that, to be honest, is a very tradable piece for this team. If you're Nick Nurse, if you're trying to retool, if you're trying to adjust, given his contract, given his past performances. But why on earth is Chris Boucher getting DNPs? Coach's decision. Unless I missed something. I was playing a basketball game before this game happened, so maybe I missed a late injury report. But chat, let me know if I missed something. Because why on earth is Chris Boucher, you can see it right here, not getting any minutes? 0 minutes for Chris Boucher in tonight's outing. Like, Koloko's bad enough. Flynn is bad enough. Jeff Doughton Jr. is undefensible at this point, but it's bad enough. And I don't care what Chris Boucher, how bad he's been playing, in whatever opinion. He hasn't been playing bad enough to be getting DNPs. I don't know. I'm a Nick Nurse guy. Again, these are reaction podcasts, so we're reacting to the game. Because I criticize Nick Nurse on this, because I may criticize Fred, because I criticize this, doesn't mean I'm out on hitting what player or doing whatever. But tonight, even though I'm a Nick Nurse guy, I don't know what he's doing with the rotations. Weird stuff. Hitting the nail on the head. Boucher is getting benched way too much. And regardless, right? Again, I completely agree. Doesn't make sense. Boucher, the player, he's too good to be DNP benched. He's really our sixth man. Right, that's the guy, especially where Gary's in the starting lineup now, should be our most reliable sixth man. Precious Achiuwa is like the unpredictable potential sixth man. Precious is either our third best player or ninth best player. But why? Why are we benching Chris Boucher? And Joe Simpson, please don't spam. Please don't spam. But trade Nick Nurse, Fred, and Siakam. Let's not trade Siakam. Let's not sell for this, but yeah, don't spam, folks. But man, it was it's a tanking performance. It's the only way to describe what actually went on in tonight's game. And we've heard that Masai Ujiri, all reports indicate a move will be made. Whether it's win now, whether it's tanking. Masai Ujiri loves this core. Josh Lewinberg validated that a few days ago. He's looking for any single excuse to keep this roster together. But I don't see any trades going down, and if you guys are interested in betting on these trades, which it makes sense. You could bet against the Toronto Raptors. You could bet on these trades using the Cool Bet app. Using the link down below. They're sportsbook regulated in Ontario. They're available all across Canada. You bet on every single Toronto Raptors game, NBA game, sports game in general. And you can get the odds for our top guys potentially being traded. I mean, you can see it there, right? Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, minus 189. You can get some decent returns on those guys if you think they're going to stay, especially Pascal and Fred VanVleet. And, the Orlando Magic, if you want to speak something into existence, put even more emotional stress on a potential trade that's going down that we've definitely been talking about lately, definitely check out the Cool Bet app. They've been supporting the podcast big time, so I Appreciate all the guys over CoolBet. Everyone using the app. If you're interested in sports betting. But these goofy Siakam and Fred haters are clowns. Scooby-Doo. I don't blame anyone. To be fair, while I will fight for our guys, Fred VanVleet, Siakam, and the Toronto Raptors, I don't blame anyone for starting to criticize this team. However you want to do it. Vent, folks. Use this chat to vent. Use this the Raptors Digest Discord, the Raptors Digest live chats, the comment section. Go at the Raptors, go at Nick Nurse, go at Masai Ujiri, go at me. Obviously, like all the guys respectfully, don't obviously incite anything crazy, but vent your frustration. This is a Raptors therapy session we have going on right now, and we are... the animation is supposed to save us from the tank, right? But we're falling into bad habits, folks. We're falling back into that 2019 mindset, or 2019. I wish the 2019 mindset, the 2020 mindset, where we're going all full Tampa. We're blowing kazoos. We're taking L's at a fast and rapid pace. And we're doing it for fun games. Fun games. The fun tanks, the fun stuff really rolling out there. Jimmy Magada saying that we ain't getting Victor. Well, you know what? Not with that attitude, we're not. We're not getting Victor with that negative attitude. It's happening. Drug test Nick Nurse, Dior is saying, but I hate this season. Ray is saying, get me a Wemby jersey, thanks. And Ray, I'll say this here. I'll put this out here, because I know you're always asking for a jersey. You or mix it. You're calling for those rigged jersey giveaways. If the Toronto Raptors land Victor Wembanyama, Ray will be getting a Victor Wembanyama Raptors jersey on the old Digest Media team. So I'll say that here now. Hold me to that, chat. Ray will be getting one. We're in a giving mood, right? We want that Wembanyama. If we're going to suffer through a season like this, if we're going to be taking L's, if we're going to be sacking games within the last 3 minutes, if we're going to refuse giving the basketball to Scottie Barnes in the last 2 minutes of a night, you know what? Ray's getting a Victor Wembanyama jersey if we end up getting him. So that's what's happening. Quote this man. And Predator Kingdom is out here agreeing. I agree with you 1,000%. We need some new uniforms, and honestly, we need to do it when we're gonna bounce back. I don't mind just wearing these uniforms while we're losing. If we're going to be out here, if we're going to be out here losing games, then keep these weird chevron jerseys. I don't like them. This is not a good jersey. Throw a yes or a no in the chat if you agree. This is an ugly jersey. This is a depression jersey. This is a Tampa, Florida jersey. This is our entire roster gets injured in the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers. One of the franchises we hate to lose to because it's so much fun throwing up that Embiid crying emojis. Any channel members we got in the chat, throw in those crying Embiid emojis, right? We need that. This is not a winning jersey. That black one over there, that's a winning jersey. Kawhi Leonard wore that jersey. Kyle Lowry wore that jersey. DeMar DeRozan wore that jersey. Winning teams wore that jersey. Not this one. Not this one. We need to switch it up. Get us a purple jersey. Bring it back. Something clean, something purple, something sweet. Right? That's what we want to see. But that's what we gotta have. Siakam leaves and his points will drop. Maybe. You know what? I'm still a fan of Siakam. I've been venting. I've been going crazy. We're in that Raptors therapy frame of mind right now. But, folks, we need some W's. We need something to happen. And apologize for people that were expecting some insane breakdown of these games. But frankly, it doesn't even matter at this point. If we're going to be losing, selling games down the stretch, we may as well embrace the tank. Zay's view is saying we're the down bad Raptors, and that's what we are. That's what we are. And Ujiri needs to give the staff a memo, start young talent, and develop. That's what Adventures with Smiles is saying. And, it's what's happening. Throwback to the Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys. Need something. Tom M is saying that this chat has never moved so fast. And Tom M, I don't know. You're forgetting the days when the Raptors were actually good. These streams be going. They're fun now. But they could be going wild when the Raptors are winning or when we're egregiously losing. When we're in the middle of the pack, it just feels a little bit slower. The Raptors are less fun. But if we embrace the tank, it's a lot better than what we've been dealing with this season. So that's what's happening. But sup, Gurman, what's happening? Can't say the same here. Been sick since yesterday. Feel better, Gurman. Prayers up for Gurman. Hopefully he recovers from his illness. But man, this was a tough jersey. Tom M wants a blue jersey for those Toronto Maple Leafs. But holy smokes, folks. These Raptors, there's no reason to get upset with the losses anymore. There's absolutely zero reason to be sad, to be down. We're looking for W's. We're looking for wins, but sometimes we can look for wins in the future. And you know what also starts with W? Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. And we're losing because Goofy Riker on the streams. Hashtag blame Riker. The season's Riker's fault. It's what it is. That's vent out at Riker. But blue could be an alternate color. Could be cool, for the Leafs fans out there. But we're Canada's team. We got that Raptors red, baby. Don't want to rebrand the Raptors Digest logo. And the background. The moving background we got. But bet on the loss and hope for the win. Hedge your bets, baby, using that cool bet app. Using the link down below. But trade everyone except for Pascal Siakam. It's Wemby. Ben is officially going for the GM role. Let's make it happen, folks. I can be the understudy to the same way that Masai Ujiri or Bobby Webster's the understudy to Masai Ujiri. Bobby Webster gets in that front office, I'll slide in. I'll be like, hey guys, been nice on those 2K rebuilding things, but back in 2K11, cooking those up, making some nice trades. That's what we want to see. But they win now. We win later. The other team wins now. Whatever's happening. I'll stop getting mad when Fred VanVleet's gone. Hey, just embrace. If he's playing bad, he's helping the tank. If he's playing good, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. But Joe Wieskamp finally played him. True. Happy to see a guy that can knock down threes. He was at the highest plus minus of the game for this outing out here. I mean, Wieskamp plus 10 for the game. Love to see it. Love to see it from Mr. Wieskamp. But Harem's Curry Bro is saying that Raptors Digest. Who do you want to trade it the most? To be fair, I love this team. Everyone knows I'm a diehard Raptors fan. I'm a homer. I love all our guys. But I guess the first people I'd want to see traded are the ones that could potentially leave. If Masai Ujiri knows Gary Trent Jr.'s disgruntled, as some rumors are reporting, knows maybe Fred VanVleet might want a supermax contract, another team will give it to him. Those are the guys I'd prefer we move on from. But there's no one I'm actively hoping we trade for. I just want us to get the best possible package, go in a younger direction, and try to get better. But room for Pascal to get his mojo back, get his energy back. Siakam also looks just deflated in his post-game, in his interviews and stuff, so that's tough. Yeah, I agree. Too much Siakam slander. He's been amazing this season. Got to protect everyone with their mental health. Yeah, true. We rant at the games. Don't crush the players. Race Mode's asking, where's the fake Riker? Where's fake Riker? He's I was supposed to see him over Christmas. Did not get to see him though. But I did hear from him for the updates because he did ghost. And then but he's doing well. So shout out to old Riker. Super chat coming in from Andrew Lothar saying, let's get the tank for Wemby animation going. Love the hustle, brother. Andrew, I appreciate the super chat. Always greatly appreciate it, especially during these times for the Raptors struggling, the Raptors taking L's, and a Victor Wembanyama animation certainly coming. I brought back the old 2020 animation just the piece. That's why I was a little bit late getting out here on the stream. I didn't have time to do up a new animation. I didn't have the heart to do it before this game, but I think my heart is sort of in it right now to get the Wemby stuff going. And if we win, right, we win. We're feeling good. We're back at, rooting for this Raptors team. And if we lose, there's no more sadness going on. Whatever happened to Marcel? Marcel's still courtside. I actually got to get all that stuff organized. Marcel had some stuff going on. We got busy and all that, but Gotta cook up the courtside vids, but Marcel's doing well. But all the Siakam wanted to do was win. Riker has been selling as of late. selling. But Gary Trent Jr. is the biggest ball hog I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't pass. Definitely not the biggest passer. Not the most skilled passer, Gary Trent. Or maybe he's skilled, but he just doesn't really do it. Scottie needs to be the first option. This is stupid. Yeah, Scottie is a beast. Scottie is a beast. That's what's happening. But why the heck is Kyle and Pascal riding this whip? Yeah, it's the old animation, right? I'm a lazy video editor. Not lazy. I've been busy. I'm meaning to cook up a tank and animation, but you know, it's had to bring back the old kazoos, the origin of the golden kazoo. A lot of people ask why we have the golden kazoo. That's where it came from. The old tank and animation. Colin Kim says it's over. We don't want to win anymore. Slowly getting to that point. But I'd rather lose by just being bad. Tanking is for losing organizations. True, exactly. And when I say tanking, that's what I mean. I don't want us to sell off all our guys, sell off all of our players unless we're getting some lucrative assets back in return. But chance of Wemby. Bring it on. But what are your thoughts on of an OG trade to the Wolves? Herschel Walker? I don't even gonna keep it real. Don't even know who Herschel Walker is. Maybe he played tonight. Is there a Herschel Walker? Nope. I don't know who that is, but I'm not trading OG for anyone random. Raj is saying, Ben, your channel is the only good thing about this Raptor season. Raj, appreciate you. Try to keep the positive vibes going. Win, lose or draw. I try to keep the fun stuff rocking. But would you do that Russ George trade now? Heck no. Big NO to that Russell Westbrook trade. I not a fan of that. But Nick G is saying rough game. Old Jay's Digest out here using the burners. But Paul Pierce is the legend of the Golden Kazoo. Never get rid of it. Never will. Paul Pierce is my least favorite player. Him, Kyrie, before all the recent drama. I've been a Kyrie hater since like 2014, folks. People used to say he's better than Kyle Lowry. Passionately argued against it, so I was a big Kyrie hater. And I kind of hate that it's cool to hate on Kyrie now. Definitely maybe deserving or whatever, but it's for everything over the past like 3 years. But Paul Pierce, Kyrie Irving, my two least favorite guys in the NBA. But super chat coming in from it's the Gary saying, if OG gets traded, I'm dropping the Raps. I won't be able to watch without crying. And if we trade OG for some of the packages that have been rumored, like something weak, something trash, then I won't ever drop the Raptors. Let's be honest here, but I will be sad just as you are, Gary. But I share your sentiment, and I have a bad feeling. I don't want it to happen. I'm not speaking into existence, but I have a bad feeling OG might get traded. I just, that's what's happening. But Herschel Walker for draft picks. Okay, people know that I'm not a big fan, or I'm not a big fan. Football's fun to watch. I just don't follow it closely. I haven't got into it a little bit more this year. Trying to figure out the wild card games. Got a few buddies that are big into football, so all that sort of stuff. But Kawhi would probably stay. Yeah, but Westbrook, PG, Siakam, Fred, picks. It would have been Lowry, Serge involved in that. Nah, no way. No way Jose Calderon. That 2020 season, the bubble, right? We no bubble happens. We get that rocking. But the Damari Carroll Gold Star Award goes to the low Nick Nurse stance. That's true. And folks, how we feeling about Golden Kazoo versus Damari Carroll Gold Star Award? Well, I want to hear your guys' takes on that. We've had a bunch of stuff going, but Gurman's asking, get an NFL team digest, please. Gurman, we are cooking up a lot of channels out here on the old digest media. Word around the street is that the Knicks is coming soon, so that's just what the streets are telling me. That's all I'm saying. But Chris is saying that seriously the Raptors can't play on national TV in the U.S. You should hear the TNT guys cutting them up. We deserve to be cut up. We deserve to be cut up at this point. Like, we are not playing well and objectively losing. So I am taking nothing said by analysts this season personally. even if I say players are disrespected in titles of videos. But, OG, oh wow, the chat is flying right now. I'm trying to keep it up, but OG has more turnovers than assists this year. Again, OG's not the greatest passer, but I confirmed that Ben hates OG. Guys, I've been an OG stan. I've been losing $20 a year. Every single year I make a bet with one of my friends. $20 on OG Anunoby being an all-star this season. And dude, I've been out like $80 because I'm making that deal ever for the last while. $80-$60, I don't know. But it's tough. It's tough. People like the kazoo. Love it. Yeah, I felt bad for Damari Carroll because honestly, like he was a nice enough dude. Like Damari Carroll is a good guy. I don't like Paul Pierce. Get a 905 channel. That's what's good. That's what's happening. Honestly, the 905 Reggie Perry, baby. Let's go. That's my guy. But Fred Siakam might be gone, and I made the prediction. I don't think Fred or Siakam will be traded. I think it's more likely OG or Gary Trent Jr. But if you guys are interested, you bet on that stuff using the CoolBet app. If you're interested in that stuff. But we need a Toronto football team. We need a Toronto NFL team. That'd be pretty cool. Ben, we should just hope I win my games. And anyone who plays in a league, Gurman, you and me both. Got a W tonight. Let's go. I had to play my D3 Division 3 men's league. Playing a Division 1 tournament out here in Newfoundland last weekend. Had a big 20-point quarter. 6 threes and a quarter, splashing stuff down. The real channel we need is Ben Rogers Men's League reactions. That's what I'm saying. Let me know if you guys want me to just come out here on hour-long live streams and recap my performances on Rec League Newfoundland basketball. You'd love to see it. But we'll get some highlight film at Gurman too. We'll react to all of that stuff. But would you take Chris Paul for Fred VanVleet and Ken Birch? No way, Jose. JV is asking. Nah. Like what's Chris Paul gonna do? He's not gonna improve our ceiling for this team over Fred VanVleet, at least at this point, given his age, given his injuries and stuff. So I wouldn't want that. But what are the odds against Boston? Boy, I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. Check out CoolBet for that though. But would you people are saying what's that? Best GM in the league, need money or skills. Get the stuff together. True that. Nurses lost the room. That could definitely be true, but that's what you want if you want to tank. So, no, that's just rumors and reporters. Why would Masai Ujiri move Fred for another guard for almost a $40 million? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Chris Paul. Has Nick Nurse has been figured out. Other teams know exactly about his defense. I don't know if Nurse has been picked out. Again, he's not playing the bench, so we can't say like there's not enough talent on the roster because he's not really getting the most out of them. But it's brutal out here, brutal. I wouldn't mind keeping Gabe Brown, especially what we're seeing with Wieskamp, right? Someone that can knock down threes. It's what you want to see. But just keep Barnes. Everyone else can go. We have some good players on this team, though. We just need to retool. Especially with Victor Wembanyama. That's what's happening. Who are the coaching candidates for next season? All I'm saying, I am not here asking for Nick Nurse to be fired or whatever. But if we do end up passing on Nick Nurse, Zydrunas Jasikevičius. He was in the running back when Nick Nurse was getting the job at first. Him, I think Messina from the Spurs, and Jasikevičius. With the finalists, Nurse, Messina, and Jasikevičius. That's a guy I'd like to see running the Toronto Raptors. That dude seemed like an absolute nutcase out there yelling, going crazy. He's a young guy. Apparently has a high basketball IQ. I don't know. But take a risk. Get weird with the next coach that we bring in. Folks, this is why I should not be the GM of the Raptors. Maybe I should be. I'd make the team fun. If we're losing with me, it'll be losing with fun. Taco Fall will be on the squad. There's no way we would have let a Bull move to the Magic without other players. We'd be having fun. But I agree, precious these closeout games. But folks, why no Koloko? We just hate our bench. We don't like the bench. And it makes me sad. But I refuse to be sad for any longer. I refuse to be sad for any longer. The best dress coach. You know what really killed the Toronto Raptors? Not having to wear like a suit on the sidelines from our coaching staff. You want in-depth analysis? That's why the Raptors are losing, because Nick Nurse no longer wears suits on the sidelines. But folks, I appreciate everyone that's been tuning in to the videos, especially on losses like this. And honestly, I'm sick of the sad live streams. We're feeling good. Whatever's happening with this Raptors team going forward. Big loss, fun times to the Raptors Digest. Big win, even better times here at the Raptors Digest. So if you guys want to have fun, 196 people in this chat. We're very, very close to 27,000 subscribers, so it means the world to me if you guys hit that sub button if you haven't hit it. But I appreciate everyone that's been tuning in. I really do, especially on these losses and stuff. It's been a down year. Not the funnest time to be a Toronto Raptors fans, but bring back the suits. Bring back the nice kits for the Toronto Raptors. Anyways, I appreciate you guys as always. I'm signing out. Cheers. If I can press that button.